Okay, so we'll start with Amy. We're going to talk canoe sprint. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, good. Yeah. Excited about this. I can see you buzzing with excitement at being able to share this moment with everybody. I don't think we've had a season quite as incredible as that within the canoe sprint. I think it was 27 medals in the discipline alone. Talk to the group a little bit about the different disciplines in canoe and particularly your discipline of canoe sprint.
So canoe sprint, we race over 200, 500 and 1,000 metres and also 5k. And you can race in K1s, K2s and K4s. So that's one person, two person, three person. But then there's also canoe and kayak. So kayak's a double-ended blade and then canoe's single.
That's the paddle, isn't it? The blade.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
For my knowledge.
And then we also have whitewater racing, which is down rapids as fast as you can, basically, which I've never tried because it looks too scary. And then there's also canoe slalom. So there's poles that you have to, called gates, that you have to go through. So you have to go through them forwards or backwards, depending on the colour of them. And then there's also marathon, which is way too long for me.
Okay.
You just do that, one person or two people. And halfway round, you have to get out your boat and run with it, and then get back in. So
Sorry, you have to run with your boat?
Yeah, so you have to jump out, run however far it is, and then get back in. So, and that's a lot of drama in that, more so than sprint, because you're in your own lane in sprint, whereas marathon, there's crashes, people fall in.
I can imagine. It's not easy carrying a boat, is it? No,
yeah.
So that's really bizarre. But yeah, that's a challenge as well, double challenge. So what is it, upper body power? Is that the key? Is it technique that really delivers for your events?
For sprint, it's a bit of both. So obviously we have quite a lot of upper body strength, shoulders particularly. You also use your legs and your core a lot. So a lot of it is rotating around the blade. So really the blade stays fixed in the water and you move yourself past it. So it's a lot of the legs and power. It's also quite a lot of technique to make sure you're getting the power onto the blade and not losing it. So yeah, it's a bit of a combination of all of it.
And on the day, on the actual competition itself, how did that pan out for you? Because I think you did a lot, didn't you? You were involved in quite a bit.
I mean, BUCS it's a very busy weekend compared to our national regattas. It's just race after race. You're on the water, off the water. So I came home with one more gold than last year, which I was happy about. In the K2 events I did with Katie, so we took home gold in all three of those events, which was better than last year where we came second in one of them. Okay. And then in my K1 I came second in the 500 and joint first in the 200, which I was very pleased about because the girl that I came joint first with was European champion last year in 500.
Wow.
So it was quite nice to get to finish at the same time as her. So yeah, that was nice.
It was a test of upper body strength, getting all those medals home then, really, wasn't it, as well? So,
yeah.
So from a future aspirations perspective, obviously I think you've progressed well. You're into the senior. Been selected for senior boats as well, which is fantastic for you. It's a big progress this year. What are your targets going into the next cycle?
I mean, next few years I'd like to race a few more seniors. So at the seniors I raced at, I was the youngest in my event. There was one other girl the same age as me, so I think it was quite nice to race against the top women in the world. So I'd like to keep progressing and better my results in senior events. Obviously it would be nice to get to the Olympics one day. Hopefully they've changed the qualification for the Olympics for the next cycle, so hopefully we'll get a boat or a few boats there. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens.
Very, very best of luck with that, and well done as well for this year. It's been incredible. So we move to Phoenix. So according to our research, we think that you were the first-year undergraduate student to win the men's singles at the tennis competition, which is, again, obviously highly competitive. So that is an incredible achievement in itself. But it was not always plain sailing in the final, if I'm right. Is that right? Just take us through how that went.
I was facing 5 match points down in the final, which wasn't the plan when I was walking out onto court. It was nice to get through that one. I wasn't playing too great the whole week really, so it was quite nice, like more of a mental relief when I came off the court having clinched it. So yeah, it was a difficult one to say the least.
But incredible that actually to feel like you're not performing at your best and still find a way to win, right? That's a That's a real strong trait
of a confidence builder as well. Because if you can win when you're not playing 100%, then it's a good feeling. Because if you bring your A game, it's hopefully going to be smoother sailing.
Exactly. So tell us about it's been an incredible year for the tennis program. You've had the highest BUCS return that you've ever had as a club. You obviously won the team event that we talked about for the first time in over 70 years. You faced Sterling in the final. It was another case of losing in the league. We were second to Sterling in the men's, weren't we? And we actually turned it round in the final. So again, what's your reflections on what changed to enable you guys to win the team?
Well, against Sterling, we kept getting pipped in the doubles time and time again, which wasn't great. So we tried to change that up. We did a good 2-3 week training block before the final to try and really get them in the dubs, because we knew if we could get level with them there, then the singles would take care of itself. So Matt and Dan helped us with the doubles stuff. So we got that locked down, and when we got that doubles rubber, we knew then all we had to do was execute on the singles court. We would have it in the bag, and our team really performed. One of our teammates, Aaron, rolled a guy, what we weren't expecting, so that kind of boosted us all up when we were going on to play, which was definitely a help. It all took care of itself after that.
And you've been one of the top, if not the top, junior players in the country for your age coming through the ranks. And you still play some of the pro events now. You still are really ambitious when it comes to moving on with your tennis career. You beat the world #1, I think, junior this year in one of the pro events, which is outstanding. Thinking about the sport of tennis, how have you managed to balance the studying side with what is aspirations to be that pro player on the circuit?
Just like when I got the work, I was trying to get it done early, so I wasn't chasing any deadlines. A lot of it's just like trying to crack it down early before like you're chasing up any work, which I thought I did well at the start of the year, and then kind of laxed off a bit towards the end, but managed to bring it home on the studies, which was a relief. It's definitely not easy when you're trying to compete at a high level and you're also balancing the studies, but I was pretty happy with the way I carried myself in that regard.
And making that transition as a first year, because that can often be one of the biggest challenges, is adapting in that first year to life at university. And what's your ambitions in terms of tennis as you go forward now? What do you want to try to achieve or go for?
Just like trying to build my game for the next few years whilst I'm here, trying to develop as a player, and then hopefully after that I'll try and play a few more pro events, try and like build up the consistency of them, because it's hard when you're like dipping in, like when you're not playing too many, it's hard to like get a bit of momentum. So when I finish here, I'll probably try and play like 2 or 3 a week and then go from there and see how I get on.